More YouTube. How's it going? So, got the GMC here, 99. Got the OBS. Working on the burnout truck still. Not done yet. But here we go. It's in, we're in November. Fall weather, as you can tell. We got some wind that came through yesterday. And then we have the daily sitting over here. Hold on, guys. Still want to share my license plate number. There we go. There we go. Well, got the newer bed on there. I got picked up from a buddy. Still haven't got the body work done yet, but I will sooner or later. I will get to it, but it's not on top of my list right now. Put some other wheels for now. These wheels came with that truck when I had got it. The alignment was off, and so the stock, the wheels that I had on there, the center lines that I had on the front, they went a little bald on the side. So just to use that for now. My son was borrowing the truck for a while. But anyways, this video is not about the daily or the GMC or the burnout truck. Well, it's kind of the burnout truck. So I told you guys I was going to share a video with you guys about the door. So on the NBS truck, I have this Cadillac door. So Cadillac, Tahoe, Suburban, GMC, Silverado, they all have the same door. All the same handles, all the same mirrors. Now the wiring is different on some mirrors, and there's some that don't have any power on the mirror. This one has power. So I kept the mirror on this one. This one has the signal lights, it's very popular. So I can resell that or use it. As you can see, the door panel is a little different. Has the wood trim there, which is the Cadillac has. So what I'm going to do is take this door apart for you guys, so you guys can see how it's working inside. Now, you probably know how to do this, but this is for some of my subscribers that are learning. So these videos that I make are basic videos and extreme videos. So like pulling a motor, pulling a transmission, stuff like that. It's a little more extreme to some of the other subscribers. So everyone has to start somewhere. So I'm going to show you where the harness comes from, the differences if the topic comes up, you know, what works for what. So yeah, but this video is going to be about me taking this door apart and showing you where all the bolts go, how to take the window out, how to take the regulators out, pretty much how everything works. This door is a donor door for the OBS truck burnout truck. So when I did the swap on the interior on the OBS truck, excuse me guys. So on the OBS truck, it took a different route on the OBS truck because let me turn you guys around. Okay, so on the OBS truck, let me explain this to you guys. It took a different route because on the OBS truck, I started the dash and I did the firewall, and when it got to the dash, I put the seats in. The dash is wider, so the doors, I wanted the doors to the original NBS panels to go with the OBS truck doors. So that's where it got a little complicated, and it was more fabrication. So because I got the dash in there, I wasn't going to use the original doors from the OBS truck because it just didn't flow. And what I mean by it didn't flow, it didn't hug the dashboard. And so I wanted to hug the dashboard the same as the NBS. So let me make sure. When I first got the truck, I didn't have an NBS truck. I bought the OBS truck to do a LS swap, and I was gonna do all the wiring and whatnot just like everyone else did, but I was not happy with the dash that I had in the OBS truck. Reason was why everything was expensive, part wise, like all the components, like all the plastic stuff. It was more pricey. There was guys that wanted like $400 or $500 for door panels. That's what I mean. And then I could get aftermarket out to order it. And then during the time when I was building the truck, it was during COVID time. So COVID time, it was very hard to get anything shipped or here on time, or just, in general. So I didn't want to be waiting around. And I thought about it. The AC was very old. There was nothing really left that I can use from the OBS truck when I was going to do the LS swap. And then honestly, if you do an LS swap with the original dash, you kind of eliminated everything, because the AC didn't work on the truck. The glove box was messed up on the OBS truck. The switches were messed up to turn on the lights, that was messed up. The column was, when I bought the truck, the column was good. That same week when I bought the truck, it had got broken into. The truck wasn't working, so someone attempted to break into it in front of my house, and they broke the column. And I was just not gonna go search for a column, wasn't gonna find all those parts for it. The door panels weren't that great either. They were kind of flopping around, so I would have to pay for someone to do all the interior. So I had the donor vehicle for the engine, and it had all the interior. So the interior wasn't the greatest either because of the seats on the Cadillac for the donor vehicle. But I figured I'd reposter them later. But I had the dash. It was in almost, I say 75% good. There was some things that were broken, that someone tried to modify some stuff in the center console from the Cadillac. But they're minor things that I can replace. So I went ahead and said, you know what? I'm just gonna try it. No one's done it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do the swap and do the firewall. And I really like the NBS dash. There are some dashboards or some modifications you can do from the original OBS, but I never really cared for the dash. It was okay, but it wasn't that nice, and it was falling apart. And as for the wiring, after you do the LS swap, there's really nothing really left. You can't really use you could use the original cluster, but the cluster, even that, some of the gauges weren't working. So it eliminated everything. The only thing that probably would have worked was the radio, signal lights. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it and change out everything. So now that I have on the the OBS truck, I have all the features of the Cadillac Escalade. So even all the way to the OnStar satellite radio, it has all that. It has the mirror, the power mirrors. It has the power rear view mirror where it shows you, like you're going north, west, or east, or whatever. So it's fully loaded. I don't need that for a burnout truck, but because I did the swap, it's more than what I need. But what I want to do is go ahead and finish it so it can look complete and done, and then later on I will reposter the interior. But like I said, it's not on top of my list right now. what's top of my list is the mechanical part of the vehicle and getting it take this headphone out. The most important thing for me right now is getting all the mechanical stuff done and having it running as a burnout truck. Now the burnout trucks are not easy as well, just like race trucks. So on the burnout truck, you need a posi rear end. So you need a beefed up rear end. You need a drive line that needs to be to take the power as well. It right now has the 6.0 and it's stock. And like I already told you guys, I sold the transmission, which was just a 4L60. It was a rebuilt transmission. But it wouldn't have done me no good if I would have went start ripping on it. It would have just tore up that transmission, and then it had to be rebuilt again. So my brother-in-law needed it, my sister needed it, so I sold them the transmission because in mind I was never gonna keep that transmission, and they needed it at the time. And basically I'm gonna go with a stage 2, stage 3 transmission on the OBS truck. So there are upgrades, and right now I have the vehicle on non-op. So I'm here in California, so I'm never going to be able to drive it out in the street. That's why I have the daily. The daily is my street truck for now, possibly giveaway. Okay, so the OBS truck is the main reason why I built the channel. Is, well, to share with you guys basically, and I want to share with you guys that I'm building my burnout truck, and eventually I'm going to go to the shows. It's taking longer than I thought, because, well, I had in mind, so I can say that I had in mind it was going to take a while, because what I sell on OfferUp or what I flip and turn around, I put it towards what I'm using. So right now it's been slow. Because the reason why I've already cleared out mostly everything that I had, and I end up purchasing the GMC truck. So everything right now has been going in the GMC truck. You guys already know, you guys seen the GMC truck. That one was in a collision accident, but I traded it for the Tahoe. And the plans on that one was to turn around and sell it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna sell it or my son's gonna buy it, so that's kind of on the fence, but we'll see. The idea was to fix it up and flip it and sell it, and that's what the idea was for the GMC truck. If I could, I would keep it, but I can't. I gotta keep pushing and moving forward. So anyways, back to the story. For the OBS truck, basically the interior, to finish it off, I have to do the modifications for the door. So this video I'm going to show you how to take the door apart, but later on I'm going to make another video how I inserted the door panel on the, we'll show you some of the work. I'm not sure if I'm going to show you everything that I did to modify it. So basically it's a lot of custom work that's going to happen, but I can go over it with you just a little bit right now. So somebody's cutting something. It's just irritating down the street from my house. Let's see, I got the right key. I got all those keys from different vehicles to remember which key it is. I started stripping down the paint. I was gonna start taking all this old paint off, do some body work, and then go ahead and primer the truck for now. I'm gonna wrap the truck most likely. So as you can see here, this is what I have right now. What I did is I cut out the existing, let me get this, put this right here so I can hold that door. So I cut off the inside of the door, and I'm using the skin, the inner skin of the NBS truck. Right now I have it mocked up. There is a lot of holes, but these holes are from the holes from the factory from the NBS truck. So these are not holes that I did. There's just, this is what I did here. And and these were weld marks, so that's what those are. That was welded into the NBS truck, and I just took that out. So anyways, I'm gonna use the electrical part of the door, the regulators, so the door to go back up and down. Because the door is more shorter than the NBS truck, the NBS trucks are longer. The rails, as you can see, I had to weld that. The rails, I had to modify them and shorten them because the distance from here down is shorter. So these were longer, so I had to shorten that. So yeah, and then also too, the door latches are different compared to the NBS, so I might have to change that as well. We'll see how that goes, because there are wiring issues with that. Otherwise I might have a light on for the door that's open. They'll say that the door is open, but it's not. It's just not connected. So I'm not sure how that's going to end up yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to change that or I'm just going to leave this here. Like I said, this is more than I wanted for this truck. I basically wanted it as a burnout truck, but since I did the modifications for the dash, everything kind of flows together. And if I don't finish it, this will just be a blank door, and if that happens, then I probably just use the roll downs. And I could go with the roll down windows on the stock doors, but I wanted to attempt to do this instead, so that it can kind of flow together. As I mocked it up before, and I showed it in the videos that I have, where the door panel was sitting here, and it looked a lot nicer because it looked like the NBS truck. So yeah, that's what I was going for. I'm trying to see if I have the keys for the NBS truck. Yeah, I have the key right here. So this is the GMC truck. This video might be a little longer than I wanted to, but I want to explain some stuff to you guys and show you, so you have an idea. So like I said, the GMC truck and the daily truck weren't in the picture at the time when I started the burnout truck. So as you can see on this one, on the NBS truck, how the interior flows, and that's what I want on the OBS truck. Now on this truck, they're wider, and as where you can see where the factory pinch weld is, it's right on the outside of it, so it's because it is wider. And on the OBS truck, since it's more narrow, there's not a lot of room. This is hugging over the pinch weld, as you can see right there. The pinch weld is on the inside, so I can still get the rubber strip in here. It will protect the door. I had cut in here to give it enough room so this can open this up right here, so that it gives this room so there's no contact. And as you can see, I cut here. I cut right into there past the pinch weld. And when I first started doing it, it was kind of like trial and error. So when I did cut the pinch weld, it went too far down here, but I can go ahead and fix that and weld that up. It's basically, you know, the gauge is all the same, the metal, the thickness of everything. This is not separated, and this should not be a weak point as well. Now it's a burnout truck, so it's never going to be on the street. This is basically going to be on the pit. So that, like I said, this was a little more than I was shooting for. I just basically wanted the 6.0 motor in it, to get the power that I needed. I kind of think, because I was kind of on the fence of doing like a 454 or an LS model base, and I really like the way the LS work. 454, I was going to do a 454, but the research when I was looking into it, it would have been more expensive to do the 454. And as the 454 as well, there is going to be more modifications And so at the time I just picked one, and so I really like the LS model base trucks. Like the 5.3 has a lot of power alone. So what I've seen like on social media and whatnot, that the 6.0 has a lot of power. So that's why I went ahead and got a 6.0. Right now it's just sitting like that's kind of at an angle because there's no tranny, so it's kind of like tilted. Later on I will get that taken care of and put a transmission in there, and you all know the story already. So I was gonna go with a 5-speed when I bought the bag truck, and it had the 5-speed. I basically bought the bag truck. Let me turn it around here. I basically bought the bag truck for the 5-speed. So I think this is an NV 3500. So I had bought it. I was gonna take that transmission out and use it for this truck, and then I was gonna make that truck an automatic. But it kind of grew on me, and then I figured my son can drive it, but I was gonna do the whole automatic thing and do the switch. But the opportunity came for the daily truck, because here in California, a 6 liter is always gonna be a 6 liter, no, regardless of what you do. Because if you go get it small, there's a ref. And now here in California, if you go to any shop, they're star stations. So your small technician always going to look at the VIN number. So when you run the VIN number, it's going to show a V6. So because of that, there was a lot of stuff that I would have to go through trying to make that a V8. So it was just, I was basically chasing my tail for a V8. So I said, you know what, I just sell it. I'll get a V8. So the daily truck, that's when the opportunity came for that, because here in California, well, I'm here in Fresno, so they're pricey. The NBS trucks are pricey, and that one had a lot of problems. Well, you guys already know the whole story about the daily truck. So the kid let it go, and we did a trade, and I told him he wanted either a trade or cash, and I told him, look, I got this V6 truck, it's an NBS just like what you got. So we did the deal, and he took the 6 liter or the 6 cylinder vehicle, 5-speed, and I wasn't going to hold on to it just for the transmission. And the reason why I got the white daily truck, because it has the VIN number. It was a clean title. It wasn't bagged like the V6, but the V6 didn't have a clean title. It was a salvage title. So I figured that would be even better, because if I wanted to sell or either give the daily truck away, it has a clean title on it. So that's a plus. And to me, I think that would be a good giveaway with the clean title. You don't want to give something away with a salvage title. So so start fresh, kind of. It was kind of a fresh start. So I did the trade on that. So I got rid of the silver GMC truck that you guys seen on my videos, and got the daily. But because of that, the transmission was no longer in the story. And I did some more research. I seen other people do the 5-speed, and they just didn't handle the power that I'm gonna need. So I was probably gonna go through a lot of clutches, and because it's more of a slower transmission, the 5-speed. So I looked up T56. I'm gonna do a T56 on there, but T56 are just the same amount as an automatic. So automatic or T56. It's a lot of modifications for a T56. You got to cut the hole. I mean, I don't have a problem cutting the hole, but it's just a lot more to deal with. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna go with the automatic. Just do with the automatic. A lot of people have successful outcomes with the automatic. So there's a lot of guys that go with the 4L80E, but I rather just stick with the smaller base, because I don't want to cut my transmission, do the harness and whatnot, because of the or get another harness because of the the 4L80. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna stay with a 60. So I've seen some guys, well, I follow Freddie, and he's had a really good outcome with the 4L65 and the 4L, I think it's 4L60. So I hit up Triple P, which is he's out in Texas with Freddie as well, and I seen, you know what, why break something that's already done and it's good. So there are a lot of other transmission shops here in Fresno, but I don't know their work, and I don't want to chance it and put my money on something that take a chance on something gets sold, the stock transmission, or not the transmission I want. So I talked to Triple P in social media. I messaged him and told him what I want. He said, yeah, sure, no problem, just let me know when you're ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a transmission from Triple P and put that in my burnout truck, and just go from there. And I know this is very long, but I wanted to explain a lot of stuff to you guys, and I haven't been able to do it, so I'll just take the opportunity to do it right now. But that's pretty much it for now. But I am going to go ahead and start getting ready to go ahead and start taking that door apart, so that you guys can see what the process is to take that door apart. That shouldn't take that long, so the video should be short on the door part. So that's why I'm taking the opportunity to go ahead and talk to you guys now about the burnout truck. I am going to make another video on how I did the dash, if you guys want to know, if you guys want to go through the process. Now you got to keep in mind there are a lot of modifications since I modified the dash, the firewall and the dash. If you want to finish it off and do the door panels, right now it's still trial and error. I haven't finished yet the doors, so we'll see the outcome, how that comes out. Now if it does not, sorry, my camera keeps shut out. If that does not work out for me, then I'm probably just going to do something simple, maybe do some sheet metal and just have the electrical doors and just keep it simple, maybe just do some switches on there, because honestly this is not for show. This is basically for a burnout truck, and it's for me to go in the pit. Like honestly, I don't even think that I'm going to put the lights in. I don't really need any wiring for the lights. I might not, I don't know, because it's going to be a trailer queen pretty much, because I cannot drive this here in California. I don't want it getting taken from me if I have it out on the road as well, so it has to be towed, and that's why I have the dually. The dually is going to tow this truck, so because basically I want to take it to shows, which are going to be further than here. So yeah, I figured it's easier just to keep it on the trailer and safer. But yeah, I have a lot of modifications to do with that. Anyways, let me get to taking this door apart, and so you guys can go ahead and see that. All right, see you in a bit. So there we go. Take this bolt out here. It's going to be the first bolt I'm going to take out. I'm going to remove the door panel so I can get to the all the other bolts that are holding the window, which is the glass and regulator, speaker, whatnot. Okay. Give me a minute. So these are all going to have, on the dash and on this door panels, they're going to have 8mm like this one here. I'm going to go ahead and keep that in there. Okay, so on the door, not all the doors have this, but this one had like a little cover, and covers this screw that's right here. So that I just used a scraper, which was had a flat in. So just like that, and just put that in there and pop that right off. Also, you can use it's an actual tool to pull off those clips. I have one around here, an old one sitting around here. You guys have an idea. I have a pry bar like this, and that's for pulling off clips. I'm gonna pop that right off. You can use those for all the other plastic clips that you have around on these trucks. There's a lot of them. And then depending on your tools, whatever you have available. Now this happens to have, it's like a hex, not a hex, but it's is it a star type screw. So I have this larger kit. I do have a small one, but I haven't used it in a while. I've been using these lately, so this is available. So come out just like that. Okay, and then some of these things on here you just got to pull off to pop off. There's one over here on that side. So if I remember correctly, they don't all have this, but I think the Cadillac I think it's just Cadillac. It has this. I don't remember seeing this on the Chevy or the Silverado. Silverado GMC, but this Cadillac one has this. So this is just a plastic clip. It's in here. There we go. Yeah, I don't remember seeing those on the Silverado, but I'm not sure if I'm even going to use that door panel. Well, you know, I think I am going to use that door panel, yeah, for the OBS truck, but that one's going to get cut and modified. I had to cut the other door panel as well. Okay, let's see. Let's get this to work here. I think I'm going to need 2 hands of this, so give me a minute. A little bit, so these do have these clips that pop in here and here. I'm just gonna pull these out. These have these clips here. Pull straight out and up. So you can see these pop right out, and then this clip goes right in there. So just pop it out and pull up. Pop these out and pull up. Okay. there's another down here, another screw down on the bottom here, and that's a 7mm. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, so this one's, since it's on the ground, it might be a little different when it's on the truck because it sits up higher. It's actually on the truck, but since I got it here on the floor, I just took off the socket off the drill that I have, and I have another end here for the quarter size. So I just added on there, so I'm able to get it lower and take that off. So here's the screw. That's the one for there. Okay, set you right there. The door should be able to go up. So we have this piece here. This one you should be able to pop it off. Just like that. Pry that off. And then some more screws here. Just those two, and then the one that was here on the door. You should be able to lift up, straight up. You should be able to come out. So I thought that the screw that was here was underneath it, and it didn't need to come off till afterwards. So what was holding it was just that one screw. So be careful, remove that screw, because I didn't want to move this first, and I started to move it, and then I remembered that screw probably does have to come off, and that's what was holding it. Because I was trying to pry this off, it is screwed. I believe there's a screw going the opposite way holding this in, and I didn't want to break that. So you go straight up and you pull away, because you don't want to take this one off. You'll break what's holding it down from underneath. So don't take this off yet. Give me a minute. Let me get situated. So I'm going to pull this harness off from the switches from right here. Go ahead. Give me a minute, guys, when we do that. See this. I want you to see this. So these, you have to squeeze this tab down and then pull down. I hope you guys can see it. Right there. Hope I didn't break that panel that I was trying not to pull. There's that one, and then we have this one here. This one is different. This one has a little pull that one. This one has a little gray tab. Let me go ahead and take this one out, because I believe this is the one that's holding this in place. Turn this. That's same set is holding it in place. Alright guys, give me a minute. Give me a minute, guys. Okay guys, so I had to flip this on in, pop this one out, and then flip the door panel upside down because I can get it to sit right up where I can see it. So it's having a hard time because if you look in here, there's this little clip right there. You got to push that down with one hand and then pop that little gray piece out. So I'm having a hard time doing it right now because of the camera. Push that in and then pull that out. See, did you see it happen? Okay, so I'm gonna pull that back and it'll release. I'll go ahead and release that that harness right there. It was getting pinched between here and here, so I was having a hard time taking this out. I didn't want to break it. It's very fragile and crack, and you'll have to redo it again, and you'll probably break the new one. So the reason why is they have a screw that's right there holding it in place on the back side. So some of these door panels and other car door panels, you'll just pull and pry off the piece, but on this one they do half and half. Like this side you pry off, you pull, you do this right, you can see it. So if you pull up on this, it'll take that tab from this side, but on this side you would think it would have another tab. It doesn't. It has a screw underneath. So then you will automatically, when you're pulling it, you will break it and snap it, and then you're done. You got to replace it. So that's out of the way. If you take that off, like you get that screw off, you don't necessarily need to take this off. It can sit in where it's at, because that tab right there, they do break because that plastic piece that's on this handle, they get worn out and they break just from the sun. All right, so here we got it. We got the door panel just like that. So back to taking the door apart. All right, so I'm going to live, let me see. So since the door has no power, you can't really roll it down unless you feed a power source to this. You could put a battery and hook it up and roll down the window if you want. But I've been able to take them apart without having to do that. So it's fairly easy, then it's not hard. This thing. There we go, guys. Let's see. So though it's all loose now, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is loosen the ones that are holding the glass as well. Now if they drop, you can go ahead and get a magnet to get those, recover those. So these, like I said, these gold ones here are the ones that are holding the glass in place. Set you up right here so you guys can see what's going on, get a better sight. It's all loose now. So they have these, they're like little, let me show you real quick. They're hooked on here. And here, you want to do is lift them up. Glass wants to come out, so hold on to the glass. Pull this rubber piece out. Give you some room. So what you're gonna do is the two bars. I call them bars, but they're the running bars that are controlling the regulator. Tuck them in. So pull them in like that. Pull the other one in like that. The window will go down. Start to get the room. They come out. Forgot to unplug the motor, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix this out. There you go. Glass should hold. And there's your guys' door regulator, which gives you, this is what makes the window go up and down, your glass, okay? Now, these do come off. They're, oh, that one did come off. One right here, it's stuck on the glass. But you see how this one is? This one's still on. You could just put the screws back in there so that they don't move, and so you won't lose them. So I'm going to go ahead and set this on the floor. That's for the glass. All the way down. It's going to fall all the way down. Just make sure it doesn't crack, so you want to help it go down. It should come out fairly easy. I think that this piece here, remember I told you it's a guide, so it'll go up and down. Take that out. What that's going to do, it's going to give it some room. It's in the way. There's the glass, guys. There you go. The glass. There's that piece that I was talking about. Got hung up on there. So you see this glass goes right in there, and when it's bolted down, it squeezes it and holds it in place. So that's out. Now the only thing that's left on here is your mirror. So if you need to change your mirror out, you don't have to do all this to get your mirror out, but this is access to show you access to your mirror. So you got these 3 bolts holding it, and then your harness that runs down here connects to your switches. Okay. Now what I did on the daily truck, I switched out. I didn't want to try to figure out how the wires were going to go and whatnot, so what I did is I replaced the whole dash. You don't necessarily do that. There's other ways to wire to get power to the doors so you can have power doors. I did mine like that. It was easier because I already had everything, so it's up to you if you want to do that. The other reason why I did it, because I didn't want to have any problems having power to my mirrors, is what I wanted to explain to you. And to control the mirrors for the switches and whatnot, and having the signal lights work with the column as well. So if you want to do that, you can. I mean, I would say maybe use out of a Suburban or a Yukon or a Tahoe. They fairly have all the accessories that you need. Tahoes, the SUVs have more accessories than the pickup trucks. The trucks are pretty simple. Now if you want your truck to have more, I would say go with the harness from the SUVs, because the SUVs are equipped with a lot more features, and so you'll be able to get that. And the SUVs are easier and cheaper to come by, because by the time they strip them down, no one really cares for the dash. They usually take the dash panel, the upper dash panel, the cluster, those kind of pieces off it, but they never really take the whole dash. So a lot of the times the harness is left behind, so you might be able to get that fairly cheap. Just a tip for you guys, or an idea. So anyways, you should be able to fish all this harness out. There's this bunch of plastic tabs that are pinched in here. There's a bunch of holes. So that's what I was saying, that this door looks like it has a lot of holes, that like I drilled it, but I didn't. Basically the holes that I drilled were for the welds that were welded to the door, so I needed to do that to get the skin off. But otherwise, all the other holes are because of the way they have these clips. See, like you see right here, there's a hole right there that's pushing that clip in. So push the clip. Let's see if I get that clip. It's being stubborn. So let me see. Where'd my screwdriver go? These clips here. See, there's a hole right there. You don't necessarily need to rip it out like I just did and break it, you know. You want to use those areas to your advantage, or to put them back. They won't be dangling and hanging off. So anyways, like I said, this is fairly easy. It's not that hard. And then as well as for the door, like the brackets to hold the door, like this here, that goes to your handle. This one goes to your lock. So these are the only two bars that you have in there that are connected to this piece that's inside in here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's not that hard to do. So you guys want to take on that task, go for it. So I just wanted to explain to any of you new guys that are interested in pulling the doors apart, this is what you would have to do. All right, and then here's the door regulator, which 10 millimeter bolts. So like I said, it's fairly easy. It's not too hard. I think maybe the hardest part is probably pulling the door off, only because it's a little heavy. You just get a buddy of yours and he can help you. So you can watch this video, keep an eye where everything's at, or you can keep track, write something down, or take pictures, or take your own video so you know where everything's at. Also, this one's a little things are held on with some electrical tape. Well, that was supposed to come out easy, but it didn't. So was supposed to come out easy, that broke. It's okay, guys, you don't need that. It'll still hold in place. Well, there's the wire, your harness, your mirror. Should come up fairly easy. Right here you gotta pinch these little, see right there, those little tabs right there. You can push them in. There's the mirror, guys. Now you can sell those or use them. It's up to you. A lot of guys look for those. They're really into the power mirrors. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Besides fishing out the harness, everything else should unplug, and then you should have the harness. And then what you want to do, if you're going to use this to make power door windows, you just gotta take what you have here and put it onto your existing door that doesn't have any, or you could just use the whole door. I mean, I'm not sure what situation you're in. I did that on my truck on the daily. I went ahead and pulled all the harness out, and I fished it through and screwed everything and plugged everything in. But keep in mind, you do have to keep this part. You do have to use that because the wiring does connect to that. So go ahead and take these bolts off here and use those for your power doors. All right, so take everything out and switch it out to your doors. This is videos basically to help you how you're going to take these doors apart and how it's done. Now, you, like I said, you will have some mistakes. There are a lot of plastic pieces that will possibly crack. You can find other ways to put it back together. You can go back and get the clips. Like this just had tape around it. That clip that was here doesn't really matter, so you'll be okay. I would say the ones you want to be really careful with are the harness. You don't want to break these tabs here, then it won't stay in place. Yeah, so it's very easy, guys. Got the adapter. I just saw. That's not it. So on the door side, took these screws off, which should hold this piece in place, as you can see. Take those three off. Now you want to get yourself some of these star bits. So now the door handle, there's a hole here, and that should get, let's see back there. Looks like it's gonna fall in the inside of the door. A little bolt. Now you have this clip here and this pin here that are going, one's going for the lock, unlock, and then this one is going for the handle. So you got a pin here that's on the inside of the door. You can see it in there. There's a clip, plastic clip. I don't know if you can see it from there, but in order to fish that out, you possibly can get it to the other side of the door. I think I got one more bolt. Oh yeah, that's the one here. So right here, let's go ahead and take this little rubber boot off. And this should reveal that bolt, which is right there, guys. You can see that's right in that hole. So let's go ahead and take that out. Alright. Like I said, those bolts are probably going to fall inside, and you guys can fish those out afterwards. So, since that's loose, it's going to reveal that clip, which is this one right here. I'm going to pull that back. Hold on, guys. I'm going to take two hands to do this. I was able to take it off. You need two hands. Okay, so you're going to pull this plastic piece away from here, because it snaps in place. And then after you do that, you should be able to pull it out just like this and get it right out of there. So that pull that out. So now you got the door handle. This one doesn't have some of them have a key. This one does not have a key for the passenger side. I don't know why it doesn't have it, but and it looks like the spring is broken on that one. So I'm not going to use this door anyway. So some guys, they will buy the whole door off of me without any of the accessories, because if their door is damaged, they want the skin. Okay, so this should all come out now. There we go. It's all out. And then the same thing with this. You can leave all the connections on there so you don't lose where they go. Just like that. Always a good tip, put your screws back, you don't lose them, so that you won't have so many to backtrack and figure out where they go. So if you're gonna do a swap, you can just swap this whole harness out with everything on there. This should go back onto the handle. This should go back onto the door switch. I mean the door open and lock, and then it should go to your handle inside the door. Okay. And as you can see right there, right in that hole, see right in that hole, see that's white plastic? You gotta push those clips in, and then that harness will come out. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. You push these down, push that in. I'll start from the closer one in the panel. Push this one in, and then push this one in. I should pop that out. And then out. Your harness should fish through. This is definitely not going to all go through the door, so what you're going to have to do is go ahead and take these clips off, unplug them, and then fish it through, and then you can plug it back so you won't lose anything. Okay guys, so there you have it. I fished it out, and then I plugged everything back so you don't lose it. So hang it somewhere, put it away, put it in a box or something so you know where it's at. Now I'm saving these for the OBS truck. The door that I had for the driver's side door, I already got rid of it because I already cut it. So for this door I'm going to need it, because this is my last NBS door that I have, and I was planning to use it regardless for the OBS truck. So the next thing I'm gonna do on this is cut that out, and this is for the viewers that are interested in my swap. This is kind of like a twofer, because it's explaining what's going on with the OBS truck and what I'm doing to get the power doors, also to show some of you guys what you want to do to take the doors apart and what it's all about. All right, so if this helped you, let me know, comment below. And like I said, this is 101. I'm making these videos fairly easy so that you guys can understand what's going on. Now you other guys that already know how to do these things, like I explained it before, this is not for you guys. If you want to go ahead and use it, go for it, but this is basically for the beginners, and we all have to start somewhere. Alright guys, comment, like, and subscribe. I'm going to try to make more videos like this to help the beginners, until you guys warm up and find your rhythm and figure out how to do things on your own. But I'm here to help you. If you have any more ideas on what you want me to do on these trucks as taken apart and showing you how it's done. Go ahead and let me know on the comments. Please give me a thumbs up and a like. If you're interested in these videos, if it helps you, share. If you have a friend or a buddy that needs help with this, send them the video as well. And like I said, don't forget, I do have a giveaway that I have. It is the scanner. It's this scanner here that I have sitting right here. Okay. That's going to be given to, I was going to do 200 subscribers, but I'm going to go ahead and do 500 subscribers. So I apologize on that, guys. Sorry about that. I think what I'm going to do is going to be a mile mark. So 500 subscribers will be the mile mark. And then when I get up to 1,000 subscribers, I think I should be good to get monetized. I'm not sure. I think that's the way it works, but I think 500 subscribers is fairly well. And then if you guys are interested in any merch, let me know. I have some stickers right now if you want to purchase some. And if I sell those stickers ahead of time, before I do a giveaway, what I'm going to go ahead and do on that is I'm going to give 50 entries for each sticker versus the normal amount of entries. So those stickers will be 50 entries. Now they won't apply to anything yet until I actually do a giveaway, and then I can go ahead and set those stickers out to whoever wants to buy them, and then I will set their name on a list, so knowing that those entries were 50 entries on my first giveaway. Do not have a giveaway yet. Possibly is going to be the daily, so but don't quote me on that yet. I might do another giveaway, something smaller. I'm thinking about giving some headlights or something that nature that has to do with your car, for your truck. All right, but anyways, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. All right, you guys have a good one. Thanks. Bye.